What's good? It's your boy Red, and I'm here with another playthrough. Well, really my first playthrough, and we're playing through Megaman X. So, what is Megaman X? Um, I'm not good with I'm not good with paraphrasing, so I'm just gonna read off the Megaman X wiki. So, Megaman X is also known as Rockman X. It's the second video game series in the Mega Man franchise. It made its debut in December 1993 on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the Super Famicom in Japan. And it stars the titular X, a successor to the original Mega Man, who fights rebel Reploids in the Maverick Wars. So, warning. X is the first of a new generation of robots which contain an innovative new feature, the ability to think, feel, and make their own decisions. However, this ability could be very dangerous. If X were to break the first rule of robotics, a robot must never harm a human being, the results would be disastrous, and I feared that no force on Earth could stop him. Approximately 30 years will be required before we can safely confirm his reliability. Unfortunately, I will not live to see that day, nor do I have anyone to carry on my work. Therefore, I have decided to seal him in this capsule, which will test his internal systems until his reliability has been confirmed. Please do not disturb the capsule until that time. X possesses great risk as well as great responsibilities. I can only hope for the best. September 18th, 20XX. Dr. Light. So yes, if y'all are familiar with Mega Man in general, y'all would know that this is, well, kind of like what I just read. This is the second series in the Mega Man franchise. And it's probably the closest to the classic games compared to everything else that all the other Mega Man series. It's a 2D platformer where you just you run, you jump, you shoot. Throughout the game you get different new abilities. You fight monsters. Well, not monsters necessarily. You fight these evil robots called Mavericks, which this is like classic Super Nintendo, classic video game. This is just fun. This game is just fun. My first experience playing this is actually on an emulator. Back in the day, I think when I was a kid, Mega Man really wasn't a big thing anymore. If I recall correctly, I don't know. I don't think Mega Man was a super big thing in my household at all. Yeah, I remember just watching YouTube videos. I think maybe I don't know, maybe some Ego Raptor or something like that. And I always thought I don't know. Well, no, I've always seen I feel like I've always seen Mega Man as a character around, but I have not played none of these games until I was in middle school, which is damn near the 2010s. So yeah. But yeah, so this is the beginning stage, and this is pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy peasy. It's a little short. It's just the right length. So one of the things that really sticks out about this game for me is the graphics. For a Super Nintendo game, I think this game looks pretty good. It's not the best looking one on the system, but I think it holds up today. It really does hold up today in terms of sprites and animations. backgrounds too. Not this background in particular, but as we go through the rest of the game. So this is Vile. We're fighting Vile. Vile. I'm sorry if I can't. I'm sorry if my pronunciation is a little off, but yeah. So you actually can't win that fight, for y'all who don't know. And then we're being saved by Zero, who is the new character. Well, technically X is a new character too, but I feel like most people, well, at least I can't speak for most people, but I mean, X is kind of pretty much like an upgrade to classic Mega Man. At least I like to think that. So yeah, this Zero is basically telling us, you know, we have the potential to get strong like him, and yeah. The story in this game is not very, like, the story in this game is very, like, you know, it's game. I'm trying to figure out how to put this in words. The story in Mega Man X by itself is not very layered, or like it's not very deep. It's very much like a Mario versus Bowser, Sonic versus Eggman, Mega Man versus Wily type. Is that type of story. So we're basically just going through these stages, trying to lead up to our big baddie, which is Sigma. And yeah, which I don't mind at all, because sometimes I don't like all those big long stories in my games, especially when I'm just trying to play something. And like I told y'all, this game is incredibly fun. It starts off a little slow with that intro stage, and then this stage, which you can choose any stage in any order, but this is definitely what I recommend be your first stage if you ever played this game. And most people will tell you that too, because of something special that's in this stage that changes how it's probably the defining difference between the Mega Man X games and the regular Mega Man games. So as y'all can see, X can wall jump, which was not a thing in the regular games. So you've come. X, I gave you the ability to choose your own path in life. And I hope the world would allow you to choose a peaceful one. This voice acted though. But now it seems that you are destined to fight. Because I thought the world might need a new champion, I have hidden capsules like this one. If you find and use them, you will be able to increase your powers beyond anything the world has ever known. Step into this capsule and receive an acceleration system to boost your speed. Okay, so this is the leg upgrade, which, like I said, this changes the whole game. Well, this is the defining difference between the Mega Man X games and then the classic games. X moves like he controls like butter, like avocado, like margarine, like blue bonnet. Like X controls like amazing. Like this is honestly, I'm just gonna say this right now. This is really like one of my favorite 2D platformers like of all time. Like period. Like just based off the way just X controls, like that dash jump and the wall jump. Oh, now that by itself is fun. So this is our first Maverick, Chill Penguin. And, you know, the bosses in this game, I think they're the right amount of difficulty. I don't think they're too hard. I don't think they're too easy. I died right there. But, you know, these bosses, they're fun. Like, they're fun, but they're not just like, you don't have to think too hard about them. Like, I feel like as long as you like watch like their patterns for like a minute or two, you'll figure it out like really down pat. But then again, some bosses actually are like super easy. I'm not even gonna count. Especially if you get like if you use like a certain boss's like weakness, or if you use the Hadoken, which is a move that will get like kind of towards the end of the game. These bosses can be easy, but if you're if you like playing like a regular person, or like, I don't know, is regular person even the word I would use? If you want to play like a civilized, adult, you can like maybe use like the Buster only, and then that kind of like ups the difficulty a little bit. But honestly, even with the Buster, the bosses aren't that hard. The bosses are not that hard. And after we defeat each boss, we get an item or like another upgrade. So this is Shotgun Ice. And I show you like this little cooler animation every time. So that was Chill Penguin. We're moving on to the next Maverick, which is Storm Eagle. Okay, so another thing I'm gonna touch on is the music. The music in this game, I remember loving. Honestly, other than like the graphics and stuff, I think what really drew me in was the music, which I feel like at the time I was familiar with, like, I knew like that Super Nintendo and like Genesis sounds weren't gonna sound like, nothing on like the GameCube or not even like the N64. But for what they were working with, I think the music in this game is like really good, like very good. It has its own like style, and then it has like versatility. Like, it's pretty diverse, even though I guess my one critique would be like, it's diverse, but at the same time, not really. But I don't even know how to put in words, but I think the soundtrack in this game is cool. I think this track doesn't stick out to me as much now, but I remember loving this track as a kid. I think my favorite track is probably gonna be Launch Octopus. You see, you got extra life right there. Ooh. And yeah, so just the same way. And see, this is another thing. When Mega Man chooses a different weapon, he changes colors. So, like I said, the X series is very, very similar. It's pretty much like the sister series to classic Mega Man. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm gonna work on my reading and I'm gonna work on reading like very. But then again, the text in this game doesn't really matter, at least for these upgrades. So I'm not gonna be reading I'm not gonna be reading all the upgrade. I'm not gonna be reading all the Dr. Light's, the dialogue, whatever. Okay, so getting more lives, and then shotgun ice. So shotgun ice is cool. As you see right there, when you shoot an enemy and it hits, you get like 3 or 4. I couldn't even count them. You get like these little, you get like these extra hits that go backwards. So let's say you have 2 enemies, like one on the side of you and one on the other side. If you hit one, the shotgun ice, in theory, is gonna hit the other, hit the other enemy. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And we meet our second Maverick, Storm Eagle. Who this is another easy one. But like I said, all the bosses are kind of easy in this game. All you're really doing is you're waiting on Storm Eagle to just be open. Which what he's doing right now, when he's diving down, he's open. You can hit him like that. You can probably hit him from that angle too, when he's like up high like that. I think I'm trying to do this thing on the gameplay. Now, I haven't done much research like recently, but if I recall correctly, if you dash, and like in the midst of you dashing, if you let off a buster or a shot, I think it's double the damage. If I recall correctly. Now I have to go look this up. So okay, yeah. So I think it's the regular shots. Yeah, I think the regular shots, not the charge shots. Now the regular lemons, if you let them off while you dashing, they'll give off double damage, which is cool, I guess. But and now we on my third stage, Flame Mammoth. Shout out to this song as well. So one thing about Megaman X is that the stages can actually like change depending on like what stage order you go in. So Flame Mammoth is actually supposed to be, having flames and lava and fire and all that type of stuff. But because we defeated Storm Eagle, his ship crashed into wherever Flame Mammoth is. I guess this is his house. I don't know. His workplace, his building, his office. I don't know. Wherever we at, the factory. Yeah. Some of my commentary is kind of telling on like how much I really know about this game. Other than I just love playing it and it's fun, which is okay. So the upgrade that we got just now was the extra charge shot, the buster upgrade. So kind of like upgrading. Think about Mario Kart 7 drifting, how I was upgrading Mario Kart 8. That's basically what it is. You get an extra charge shot, but not only do you get an extra charge shot, you can charge your special weapons, and they'll have like a second like effect or whatever. And this is a short game. So, like, this game is really, you can beat this game in like an hour or two. So, I am going to be showing me getting all the hearts and all the sub tanks and all the upgrades. So, yeah. So, hopefully, y'all will stay tuned for that. I don't know. I think I'm just trying to do something cool. I'm trying to get that red shot to like hit all those robots at one time. So I kind of did it right there. Okay. Okay, now I'm moving on. Time to matriculate. Like I said before, just dashing around and moving back and forth is so fun in this game. Like, bro. And I hate those enemies. Those ones that got like the balls that throw them. Those are probably my least favorite enemies in the game. Those remind me of like something from Sonic 2, Metropolis Zone. Not even on cap. So, Storm Eagle's weapon is Flame Mammoth's weakness. And this is the part of the game where we're gonna just use weaknesses for everybody. As you can see, that takes like a lot of damage. Like much more than the Buster. Even though this fight is not hard without any upgrades either. You could definitely do this without the Storm Eagle weapon. You can do this even without the leg upgrade. Okay, so that was Megaman X Part 1. And to close out, we're gonna get the Fire Wave. Cool. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this part, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next part. Bye.